Hello, guys, and welcome to this episode of the Brawlcasters. I'm James. That's Alex. We are bringing our combined 50 years of martial arts experience, 4 years of calling fights together, and countless hours of talking to you guys on the internet together to bring you YouTube's funniest fight commentary. So, Alex,
Yes, sir.
we just watched the return of Connor McGregor, the anticlimactic, worst possible outcome for Connor McGregor. Tell me how we're feeling in this.
There's literally no worse outcome other than like him hurting himself on the walkout. Like that, I know there's some controversy going on online right now about he might have been hurt going into the fight, but like his knee definitely exploded when he landed on that shot. At least it got worse. If he was anywhere hurt, it got a lot worse.
Yeah. I even sent you a clip that Ariel Helwani put up of him getting out of the SUV at the arena, and it looks like he instinctively reaches down to his right knee as he's getting down, but catches himself and then goes and fixes his pocket instead. And I'm like,
It's a little sus. I don't really know what's gonna come of that because they can't. He can just keep like, I wasn't hurt, and has the visual proof that his knee did explode while taking the jump.
Yeah. And so there's that aspect of it, and plus it is technically. I think you are technically what's the word? Not like lying under oath, but like committing fraud. If you say to the doctor, "Oh yeah, I'm perfectly fine, 0 injuries, everything's a-okay," leading into a professional fight.
Yeah, but my point being, there's no way for them to prove that his knee was hurt previously.
That's fair. That's fair as well.
Because there was genuine significant damage landing on that jump.
Yeah.
So there's no way they can be like, oh, actually, this tear was 2 days old, and his knee's gonna be fucked.
Yeah. See, the hilarious thing that Daniel Cormier said after the fight, and I don't know if you were still watching the post fight after this. He goes, "I feel like someone just took my candy." I was like, that's one of the most Daniel Cormier lines ever. Number one. But number two, I'm like, that's the perfect way to describe what had happened. Because this is absolutely the worst outcome. I said it honestly would have been better if Max had KO'd him with the first punch.
Yeah, it would have been, a knockout definitive. It happens. It sucks too because Max even pointed at him like, yo, he's hurt. He can't fight, he's hurt.
Yeah.
He kept dropping like that.
Which is incredibly noble of Max.
Yeah, no, Max did the right thing. I was rooting for Connor, so that sucks to see.
Yeah.
I will also say, though, Paddy sub of the year.
Yo.
That was insane. And I've already had 3 or 4 people message me like, holy shit, bro, what was that? And I'm like, dude, that's probably the tightest darts you could ever really get because of his flexibility of his hips and his stomach. The way he, did that. And once that's over the shoulder, that's insane torque. It's kind of like a Peruvian necktie, but with a Darce lockup instead.
Yeah, because he had the Darce grip, but then he also, the way he was able to keep his chest on top and then worm his legs around, that was incredibly impressive. And it was funny. I as soon as Saint Denis went belly down, I'm like, oh, he's out, and sure enough, he was out.
He tried to roll out of it, which was the only really shot he had, and then Paddy's leg just got more on his shoulder.
Yeah.
Because he was fucked, but the rollout was a fucking shot in the dark.
Exactly. Yeah.
It could have maybe worked, but then the leg went up on the shoulder, and once that happened, the insane amount of torque that goes on with his that chest pressure there and the choke itself, and arms still 100% fresh. Jesus Christ, bro, that probably felt like hell.
Yes. Yeah. It's funny because I had showed in class yesterday. I showed my little girl a ninja choke from Turtle, how to just throw a ninja choke on. I'm like, oh, look, it's kind of like the choke that you were learning. Look how he's keeping his chest on and everything like that. And she's like, oh, so the highlights playing as our family friend Zach walks in, and she goes, Zach, I can do that to you.
It's funny though. It's just the way he did it is just a really unique way. I know there's gonna be some guy on the internet that's like, I've been hitting this for years, and we'll show some random video of him hitting it once or some shit. And I know there's probably a random purist that's going to tell me there's a name for that specific type of choke and that way he did it. I don't know. It's a modified Darce choke, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, that was like years ago when my boy Nick Pace made his UFC debut against Will Campazano. Third round of the fight, he winds up in this odd like half guard entanglement where he almost has like a triangle thrown up, but not quite. The arm isn't in, or so he's got his left leg up on Campazano's shoulder. His right leg is under in half guard, and Campazano is trying to like pass, and Pace weaves this arm under and gets like almost like a rubber guard kind of control of the leg that's around the head, and eventually winds up clamping his hands around and chokes Campazano out there. And and Joe Rogan's like, oh, that's amazing. I've never seen that before. What is that? Have you been working around the room? And Pace is like, well, we'll call it the pace choke. And then, of course, everybody on the internet was like, it's a pillory choke. It's been around for years. I'm like, but brother, no one else. This is like some obscure random jiu-jitsu move that no one else had done. Nick Pace pulled it off in the UFC. Shut up and let him have it.
So many people in doing the smallest tweak to a move and then renaming it. And I'm like, guys, like, I know we all want our move, but like, it'll be the smallest thing. Instead of locking up this way, you lock it up on the other side. Now it's a Leonelli lock. It's like, it's not that deep. You know what I mean? It's like, not saying you would do that. You're right in front of me.
It's just,
but like, you get what I'm saying? It's like, guys, it's the smallest tweak. That doesn't make it a whole new thing.
Yeah, it's funny because I've told you I've been working on that specific arm lock from Side Control where I get the gift wrap and I'm sitting under the shoulder, and like I've been showing it to like, you know, not only my training partners but like my students too. I'm like, here, check this out. And one of my guys like, oh, what's it called? I'm like, I have no idea. I'm like, what's I don't even know what movie that's from, but I don't know what it's called, but I know the sound it makes when it takes a man's life. I don't know that. Yeah, so I'm making that reference to him, and he's like, oh, it's the Leonelli lock. I will not be doing that shit. Like, that's not happening. If I do choose to name it, I'm going to name it like something like that actually kind of describes it, not just that.
That message I sent before, I just got a response. So I says, "Hey, we don't got to talk about that." Laughing emoji.
That's yes, brother. We can't talk about the whole thing about blowing up that fighter spot, so let's not do that. But let's instead blow up this fight that we're about to watch. BWL, again, this came from the search from that crazy internet knockout I found, and I still have not found that particular fight we're looking for. But we were really satisfied with the fights that we saw from BWL. So here's another one. This one is Abel Gok versus Baisangur Sardalov, which we're not going to try to say 3 times fast. I know you're wondering. I know that's why you subscribed, to see if we would say it. No, yeah, we're not saying that. But let's find out how the fight went. Here we go. In 3, and 2, and 1. I have no idea what language that is.
So let's talk about suits. You'll actually like this. I just ordered 2 1960 suits.
Ooh.
So I haven't tried them on yet, but I ordered 2 of them.
So now, you and I have talked about it. We have MSG coming up, and it's like, do we go ridiculous or do we go super professional?
I'm trying to look good as fuck.
Yeah, I'm thinking we might rent tuxes that day. What do you think?
I don't know about tuxes, but I'm gonna wear a nice ass suit.
But so like black suit, black tie kind of deal.
Maybe. That's what I'm saying. That's kind of why I did this now. I ordered 2 1960 suits, and I want to see how good they look. The other thing I might order a Giorgio Armani 90s suit.
Nice.
I want to look like Pat Riley.
I like it. So as per usual, I have no idea who's who because they didn't give us graphics.
Hey, we're going red shorts, black shorts.
Yep.
Black shorts. You got a fucking back on him, bro.
Yeah, my man's built. We'll find out if he's built to brawl, but he's at least built. So I'm going to say this, and it's going to sound mean, but it's actually meant as a compliment. White shorts, look at his calves. Look at the way he has like cankles. That speaks to me about a guy who used to be really fat but lost a bunch of weight. So his legs developed the strength to carry around that extra weight. Because as you know, if you ever looked at an obese guy's calves, they're gigantic. So he looks to me like a guy who lost a lot of weight. So good on him, because he's got some monster calves on him. Oh, and it helps out for that crazy punch, too.
He broke his hand or something there. Landed wrong. He broke something in his hand.
I don't know. I've seen a lot of fighters. Like, as they're down, they're like pulling, they're like fixing their shorts or their gloves or something because they're so out of it.
It's just interesting. The first thing he did is he grabbed his fingers.
Yeah.
Tried to get his hand there. It could have been on the way he landed. Hell of an overhand. Good night, good fight. Jesus Christ. Nice short sportsmanship too, but took him out. One-hitter quitter.
Yeah, that's the power from that foundation.
I was just gonna say those legs help out when guys in the shooting as wrestlers, but we're bringing up that fucking power like that.
Exactly. It's what does Matt Serra used to call it? The stocky power.
Jesus, man.
Yeah, he's got a big. He's pretty broad too.
Yeah, that was a hell of a knockout, man. Proud of him.
Yeah. It was a fairly even fight until that moment, and they just let that hand go. But I mean, that fight lasted.
Nothing really happened until that moment, and he just threw a beautiful overhand.
Yeah, it was just beautiful timing.
That was great.
Yeah, hard to be mad at that.
Wow. All right. Good job.
And then this cornerman's wearing somebody else's T-shirt because that's neither of the fighters named in the.
Yeah, wow. Jesus. Well, good fight.
Yeah.
Good knockout. You right there?
I'm trying to listen for his name is. Okay, that was Sardalov. I was trying to figure out which fighter was the one who won.
Oh, okay. You kind of just like.
Yeah, I was zoning in. There's only, as you well know, there's only one good ear, so it was like who, huh? Like.
Great finish, great win.
Yeah, dude. Listen, if you're gonna win a fight like that, that's beautiful. See, like Max Holloway would have been very satisfied with that. Honestly, in situations like this, where a guy gets hurt early in a fight and that's how it ends, I rarely feel super bad for the guy who got hurt. Sure, I feel bad for him, of course, but the guy I always feel worse for is the opponent. Always.
Yeah, I mean, Max said run it back. Let's just run it back.
Which is the right play.
There's really nothing else to do. I don't, respect to McGregor. I love McGregor. This is a fan fight. That matchup, Max Holloway and McGregor again. That's just a fan fight. It's gonna sell tickets. Everybody's gonna enjoy it. But McGregor, I don't think has another run at the belt. Max might have a shot at the belt again coming in. If he runs off a bunch, and then if he's like the guy that's like a late notice replacement, he could have another shot at the belt. I just don't see McGregor having another shot at the belt.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, but I always feel bad for a guy like Max Holloway in that situation because it's very much like he didn't do anything wrong, and like people are like, "Oh, you didn't really beat Connor." It's like, I know I didn't really beat Connor. Like, come on.
That's why Max handled it the best way. He said, "Bro, let's run it back. We do a third one. Nothing we can do there. It happened. We just got paid. Let's get paid again." And he just said it honestly, like, "Hey, look, it is what it is. It happened." He has this charity golf thing coming up. Now he gets to just go enjoy that with no fucking injuries at all.
That's awesome. Yeah, so it's a sucky way to win a fight, sucky way to lose a fight, but it is what it is. But you know what's not sucky? Subscribing to the Brawlcasters so you get new episodes every other day, basically 3 times a week. Getting new clips all the time. All right, heading over to brawlcasters.printful.me to get some of our merch. Remember, we now have that new purple belt rash guard up in honor of our purple belts. Other than that, guys, make sure to leave a rating and review. It just helps. Leave a comment down below if there's a fight you want to see us call. Make sure there's a referee, of course. If you got some weird, obscure amateur league out there that you think would be awesome for us to do commentary for, we're down for it. Put it down below for us. Other than that, guys, until next time, brawl on.